participant, online panelist. And I'd like to take this opportunity to promote our special publication commemorating the 100th anniversary of Korea's population and housing census. So we just recently released this special publication, and the booklets are located towards the right-hand side of the refreshments. So if you're interested, please feel free to grab those booklets. Thank you very much. So now we're ready to resume session 2 with its panel discussion. This discussion will once again be moderated by Professor Jung-Soo Park from Department of Economics at Sogang University, which will run for approximately an hour. Professor Park, the floor is yours.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second part of session 2, Measuring AI. We now move on to panel discussion. This opportunity will give us a chance to reflect on what we've heard and also to discuss where measurement should go next. First, let me take a moment to introduce our panelists. We have 3 panelists. One by one, I'll introduce them again. Please give them a big hand. Okay, first, again, we have Dr. Chang Hee-yoon. He's the executive principal of the AI Technology Strategy Team at the National Information Society Agency of Korea. Please give him a big hand for. Next, remotely joining us, Ms. Molly Lesher. Can you hear us?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Molly. Okay, she's the acting head of the Digital Connectivity, Economics and Society Division at the OECD. Please give her a big hand. Thank you for joining us. Okay, we have the last panelist also joining us virtually. You're sideways. Okay. Anyway, is Miss Annabelle Burrogain. She's the head of the Trade and Productivity Statistics Division at the OECD. Please give her a big hand. Thank you. Oh, she's gone. Anyway. Is Annabelle?
Yes, I'm here. So can you see me?
Oh, she's there? Oh, Molly's missing. I'm sorry. Molly.
I'm here. I'm just having trouble with my video, but I'm here with you.
Okay. Annabelle's there. Okay. Oh, she's Annabelle. I mixed up. Anyway, we have 3 distinguished experts from Korea and OECD with us for a lively discussion. Okay. So based on the presentation and also from your expertise, I'm going to ask questions or designated questions for these panelists. Okay, so first the panel will begin with, there will be 3 questions that I have prepared, and so you can respond to these 3 questions one by one. Okay, so first question, and each question you can take about 3 minutes to respond, 3 or 4 minutes to respond. Okay, the first question for everyone is that what do you see as the most pressing measurement gap or challenge when it comes to understanding AI, including its uptake and its impact? Okay, first, Dr. Yoon, can you respond?
First question is a difficult question for me, but let me try to. I prepared one slide to explain more easily. As I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation, the definition, AI definition, AI model, AI index definition is important to collaborate the different perspectives. So I think different to create in consistency in a setting measure standard. And as I explained the previous slide, AI evaluation model, in order to establish clear definition and developing technical alternative for applications such as framework, evaluation metrics. In evaluation metrics, we break down the four utilization classification from intelligent information processing to other sectors. And there are we exist common indicators, and the output and outcome area. We, as I mentioned, over 300 indicators, because through utilizing this variety of indicators, we can reduce the different part of the organization, AI definition, AI index, evaluation tool. This, I think, one of the alternative strategy to resolve or reduce the measurement gap or challenge. And second is lack of data accessibility. I researched a hybrid framework because when we want to use AI model or statistic the AI index tool, we need to make a consensus for the output or outcome. And also, we need to keep our public sensitive data accumulated of government side. So the hybrid framework concept is we want to make two like a Revit. One of the strategy is keep the sensitive data and utilize the current AI technology, current the popular AI models like such the ChatGPT. So the hybrid concept is kind of when we use it, we can search retrieve the sensitive data or appropriate data from the local database of public organization. And also, we can use AI model through the outside, through the network from outside corporation or other organization. So I think that's good to strive to in order to get reduced again. Thank you.
Thank you very much for giving us your ideas and ideas about indicators, using indicators, and also hybrid framework to overcome some challenges. Okay, can I turn to Annabelle? Annabelle, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Annabelle?
Yes, I can.
Okay, can you answer my questions? Did you hear my questions? Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me. I think your question is really key. We are really living at a time when the demand for understanding the different facets of AI is extremely high. We have made progress in recent years to respond to this demand, and we had some very good examples in the previous session. But at the same time, I think we should be really honest here. We are still at the beginning of our journey when it comes to measuring AI. There remains many uncertainties, and we are getting a lot of data. So given the limited time and resources, we need to prioritize. But this is not easy because AI is evolving rapidly and is affecting virtually every aspect of our lives. So the priorities are going to depend on the user and the questions they seek to answer. So let me highlight what I see as three critical gaps. First, as the previous speaker mentioned, we still lack an internationally agreed definition of AI. The 2025 SNA has taken a very good step forward and includes now a definition. But different communities continue to use different definitions. And in particular, they don't agree on what is meant really by the term intelligence. And this is only one example. And so this leaves space for interpretation and misunderstanding. And this also adds to the challenges we heard about in the presentation by Peter Gall of the difficulties to compare data across countries. For instance, in the case of AI adoption. Second gap is that we face a gap in understanding how the macro level impact of AI translates into a macroeconomic effect. We now have growing evidence at the firm level, at the task level, but translating that into a macroeconomic impact relies on very strong assumptions on investment, on competition, on adoption, as we heard. We also overlook the generative nature of AI, which has the potential of reshaping organization and management. So I think we need more reflection to capture this picture. And my last gap is about data themselves. As you know, data are core inputs into AI, yet we lack a robust method to value them, especially when the data assets are combined with other assets in production. So the sum of parts approach that is commonly used is a good starting point, but it falls short of capturing the true economic value of data. So developing a more nuanced valuation method will be critical here. So those are my three gaps. Thank you very much. And back to you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Annabelle, for pointing out the difficulties and also about the need for harmonization, also to measure the macro level impact correctly, and also about the importance of data access. Okay, and we have Molly. Can you hear us?
Yes, I
Okay,
can.
thank you. Molly, so can you respond to my first question?
I can indeed, and thank you again for having me here. Just to give you a little bit of context, because you're seeing a lot of OECD speakers today. I support a group of at the OECD that come from national statistical offices, and we maintain a database of harmonized statistics from ICT surveys. So you probably won't be surprised that I'm going to echo what many speakers said today about the importance of definitions. Do we really know what we're measuring? On the business side, we analyze definitions in ICT surveys across 9 different OECD jurisdictions. We really saw quite a bit of heterogeneity. You see terms like data and prediction, machine learning coming up quite a bit, but then also things like natural language processing, speech recognition, text mining, machine vision, generative AI. All of these things are implemented to various degrees. Some of the definitions are software-based, like the SMA 25. Others sort of look at it, AI is embedded within devices. And so I think this has kind of prompted a lot of discussions in our group of what are we really measuring? You know, we see that AI adoption in the EU, for example, grew from 8% in 2023 to 13.5% in 2004. Now, if we remember that Eurostat country survey in January, and we saw ChatGPT launched in November 22, you see Copilot coming into Europe in November 23, you really start to wonder, what is that huge increase due to? Is it due to business adoption of AI with a view to increasing productivity in sort of a real way? Or is it, you know, some of these companies just using some of those tools? And so I think that's really prompted a reflection in our group about how can we get to a place where we have more cross-country comparable statistics, both on the business side but also on the individual side. Most of the conversation is about business, which is important, but there is also AI used by individuals. And we see that in ICT surveys in our membership, some of those surveys don't include a definition of AI. So how do we really think about cross-country comparability? And one thing that we're looking at on our side is the possibility to sort of develop some sort of model module on AI that doesn't just look at it in terms of, do you use it, yes, no, but what do you use it for? Why don't you use it if you don't use it? That kind of thing, getting a little bit down into the details. So I'm sort of echoing what others have said today, but I really do think that this issue of definition is absolutely critical. So we make sure that we know what we're talking about when we're comparing these surveys.
Thank you so much. I think as we have heard from other panelists, and also Molly's pointing out that the need for cross-country comparable statistics to measure the impact of AI, and also the definition issue is, I think it's really critical. I think again, I think I agree with the Molly's comment, and also one important thing is that not only the cross-country definition, but year-by-year definition. I don't know about adoption last year, adoption this year is a very different thing. So I think we need to think about how to interpret this adoption rate. Okay, so it's a very interesting and difficult question that our statisticians and OECD and Korea Statistics has to solve. I think that's why we are here to discuss and to put our thoughts to it and maybe get some more ideas. Okay, thank you so much. I move on to the second round of questions for you to answer. Okay, the second round of question, based on your expertise, what promising method or approach do you think deserves more international collaboration or experimentation? Or alternatively, you can talk about essential hurdles that you think is very important, essential hurdles that we need to overcome in terms of international collaboration. So let me hand my phone, the mic to Dr. Yoon. Can you answer the second question?
For the promising approach, in international cooperation, for this question, I think the very important thing is how to share the relevant countries' own data. That's I think is very important key the problem. Every country, most of the country want to collaborate, but the first hurdle is like data share. How to share their own sensitive data. So if we don't have alternative policy or systematic strategy, we can collaborate easily not anymore. So I researched like this the picture. A joint AI infrastructure, PPP MSP operation framework is important to resolve those issues. The left picture is the Korea government, the Ministry of Safe and Interior. The ministry have announced like this concept. The left of this picture is public cloud center, public cloud concept. Right is private cloud concept. It's very easy to understand. But the center of this picture, hybrid concept is a little bit complicated. But however, that's the key the concept involve this hybrid concept. So by utilizing this concept, I wrote the research, the right the concept, as I mentioned, PPP MSP concept. Let me explain more. Basically, this picture is the background color is yellow. This is a closed network. Actually, the Korea government, 2013 maybe, the Korea government attacked from the outside. So bank or broadcasting station is shut down. So most of the node shut down. So we can't recover any client node. So from that big event, cyber attack, the Korean government made a policy. Every public network is separated, so physically. So this policy is keep this policy until now. So this yellow network is closed network. From this picture, the top of the picture is MSP. That means managed service provider. It's like a control tower. It's a coordinator tower. So and the down, the CSP means cloud service provider. It's like a cloud companies. And I break down, depends on domain, specific domain, CSP 1, 2, 3, like this. And under the CSP concept, I wrote foundation model, blue color. And yellow color is foundation model. They can cover all of the domain, all specific domains. So both using the foundation model concept, we can use like a ChatGPT AI model very easily. But in this concept, very important to emphasize, data sovereignty is very important. So I can mention like a technical approach we need, like RAG technology is very emerging, the popular the technology concept. Stand for retriever, generative RAG, augmented generation. This technology help the government side organization keep their own sensitive data in local database area. So both utilizing these two concepts, we can keep the safeguard and useful AI model. So that's why I researched this the both concepts. So I think it's the alternative to cooperate relevant countries practically. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yoon, for showing us and explaining us a hybrid concept. Very intricate in the technical model. I think it's trying to overcome privacy issues and also about the privacy using the individual data, and that's why you need some kind of sovereign AI model. Very interesting. We can talk more about it after the discussion. Now, Annabelle, can you respond to my second question?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair, for this question. I think we are dealing here with a phenomenon that is evolving extremely quickly. It touches upon nearly all aspects of our society and is very heterogeneous. And it has very heterogeneous effect. So ideally, what would we need are measures that are timely, then granular, and capture a variety of dimensions. So for me, the key question is which data sources are best suited to meet this demand. Most likely, no single source is going to be sufficient. We are going to have to combine multiple sources. And we know it's not straightforward because sources differ in scope, in period, in regional coverage. But even more important, we need to ensure that any data we use are of sufficient quality and meet our quality standards. So the good news here is that all of us are facing the same challenges. So this means that there is really value in sharing the results of our experiments, and even better, in joining forces on projects of common interest. But if I may add one final point here, we know that the statistical community has a long tradition in collaboration, and as we see, we are making progress on the side of experimentation. Yet, there is one silo that remains particularly difficult to overcome is the silos that exist across disciplines. We know that AI is multifaceted, and capturing its complexity requires statisticians, sociologists, economists, engineers, and others to work together. Progress on this front has been slower than what we would like, and this is clearly an area where we need to do a little bit more. Thank you.
Thank you, Annabelle, for giving us your valuable opinion about what needs to be done in international collaboration and experimentation. I think she's emphasizing about timely and valid measures, and also combining multiple sources while maintaining quality of these data. Thank you. Molly, can you respond to my second question?
Yes, thank you. Just to sort of reinforce and totally agree with what Annabelle said about needing sort of a multidisciplinary approach to measuring AI, I think it's really, really critical. And we had a workshop earlier this year on measuring AI where half of the day was basically dedicated to technologists, with the idea that you have to understand what you're trying to measure. And I think that that's a really important thing for all of us to keep in mind as we go forward. We aren't all of us technologists, and we really need to understand what is happening in the AI space and how it's evolving. I also think it shows its complexity, shows that we do have to work together and bring to bear different expertise. We have a lot of different policy communities and measurement communities at the OECD, but then we also need to reach out to other international organizations to get this sort of quality standards that Annabelle was talking about. And so at least in our group, we're talking about trying to work with the international statistical community and within the OECD to develop a sort of handbook on measuring AI. And these things aren't fully robust overnight. We might start with the ICT Access and Use surveys, try to develop a model module, a definition, but then think about ways to link these surveys to the national accounts. I think that's something that is really important. And the other thing I just wanted to mention, and this is a little bit of an aside, but we have this OECD definition of e-commerce. The last revision was 2009, and for years I heard, oh, it's so old, we have to review it, we have to review it. We've spent a year and a half reviewing it. We've brought together experts from within and outside of the OECD, and at the end of the day, the definition remained robust, even though so much has happened in the intervening times. Now, we are changing the guidelines for interpretation, but I think what to me it shows is that we can develop a definition of AI that is robust, that will stand the test of time, and implementation guidelines, but only if we work together. And so for me, this is the most promising way that we can work together across countries, across organizations, and within to really try to better measure this phenomena that's basically defining our time.
Thank you, Molly. She's also emphasizing the complexity of this measurement issue, and so we need some multi-disciplinary dimensions, which means we need to invite lots of expertise, experts from other organizations to address this issue. And I think I completely agree with Molly about linking this measure with other data sets, especially national account, because standalone data set, I think no more. It's helpful, but if you link with other data set, it's going to be very powerful to measure the changes in our society. Okay, thank you so much for your valuable comments. I now will go around the last question, short answers, 1 minute answer. Given that we had a full day of this presentation about this AI and AI measurement, each of you panelists, I would like to ask to describe the most important next step in this area of measurement, probably the priority in many of the challenges that we face. What would it be? Each panelist, you have 1 minute to answer. Dr. Yin?
Should I answer? So I wrote the answer. You see, the next crucial step is to leverage AI as technology while strengthening international cooperation and establishing several AI frameworks that ensure trust and sustainability. While developing AI-driven evaluation metrics that integrate diverse variables to ensure trust, sustainability, and comprehensive measurement. So the method AI explained when he applied the real world to the public organization several months ago, the people who work in the organization, they made some sensitive issues. This index AI index we can't accept because after accepting this indicator, we expect our organization score is going down. So at that time we need to very important is negotiation and consensus. So in order to reduce the gap of the AI evaluation index. So that's why I emphasize comprehensive measurement. So that's why we break down many AI evaluation indexes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Annabelle, it's your turn.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm going to say similar things as the previous speaker, but with different words. I would really urge to develop a clear and ambitious AI measurement agenda, one that establishes a great definition and methodology that are transparent and enable robust international comparison. I think it's only by working together that we can build a measurement framework that is not only technically sound, but also trusted and relevant for policy. And the latter aspect is really important. So the faster we move in that direction, the better prepared we will be to manage the AI transition. Thank you.
Thank you, Annabelle. Molly, can I have your opinion?
Yeah, I think the biggest next step is addressing this enormous policy demand that we see for AI measurement and addressing it with quality statistics. It's balancing the timeliness with the quality. And so I think looking into how to do nowcasting could be extremely useful. You see this move toward business tendency surveys to try to measure AI adoption diffusion. They're somewhat different from ICT surveys. We're going to be looking at how they articulate and how they should articulate at our next working group meeting. I think this timeliness is really the key because of the enormous policy demand. Somebody will fill it, and we want to make sure that we're filling it with quality statistics.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we heard all the panelists' opinions by the panelists. I think more and more the answers and the opinions are getting harmonized, just like OECD, what OECD is doing. So we have completed our discussions, formal discussions. So I would like to now open the floor for your questions. So if you have questions, raise your hand.